When you want something special and fun for any occasion, get cookies. That's right. The Great American Cookie Company in the Paddock Mall, Ocala will make a delicious, fun-filled delight just for you. You might notice that I said fun and delicious more than once. That's because I can't say it enough. The next time you're at the mall, be sure and stop by or call 352-237-2557 to place your order.
Cookies.
Yum.
Cookies. We go cookie eating cookies.
The Great American Cookie Company.
You know what a photobomb is, right? It's when you take a photo of someone and someone else suddenly thrusts themselves into the photo. It's supposed to be funny and ruin the picture, but sometimes it actually makes a better photo, a better end result. Well, that's what happened to me at Kenny's Place Nursery. Well, sort of. I was looking at some flowers when these caladiums caught my eye. It was like being photobombed by a plant. Well, it worked. The caladiums from Kenny's Place Nursery now sit beautifully in my garden with my floral plants. And if the wind is blowing just right, you might find yourself taking a photo of a rose and get photobombed by one of those caladiums. Kenny's Place has caladiums in a variety of colors, and the 1 gallon size is only $3.50. Kenny's Place Nursery is located at 7677 Southeast 41st Court in Ocala. Give them a call at 867-1213. Kenny's Place Nursery, where the plants, the people, and the mission are all beautiful.
All right, 24 minutes before 8 o'clock, and it's like an overcast kind of a Monday, and that's exactly the way Mondays are supposed to look. This is the way Monday should look. Friday should look bright and sunny, so this is par for the course, right? 1 week from today, it'll be Monday, and it'll be part of the Memorial Day weekend, believe it or not. We're ready to kick off the summer officially with the rest of the country, even though I feel like we kicked it off a few weeks ago. Highland Memorial Day 2013 is what we want to focus on right now, and in the studio with us is Beverly Brown. She's the Community Care Director of Highland Memorial Park. I think in addition to talking about this, she's going to do the show with us for an hour. Is that right? Am I right about that? Oh, good. We're going to have fun with you then. So let me turn around and not be rude here and make sure I got all the microphones turned on. Good morning. How you doing?
Great, thank you.
Good
and
to
it's
see
great
you.
to be with both of you this morning. I've been enjoying your talk, sitting out there waiting already.
Oh, good. Do you actually work at the Memorial Park?
Yes, that's where our administrative offices are located.
Just keep talking. I like the way you sound. Just keep talking. Listen to that voice.
It's a gorgeous morning. I can hardly believe that Memorial Day is just 7 days away.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for the opportunity to share with our community this exciting, just beautiful event, a remembrance event, actually.
Yeah. Well, we should get serious, I guess, and then we'll be silly. We'll do it in that order rather than be silly for. So this is actually a way to remember, everybody really, but especially our fallen military and fallen veterans, people who, my goodness, the list is World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Lebanon, Grenada. I don't want to stop because it's just so long, but you have to end it somewhere. But you know that if somebody has, is it for those who are buried over at the park specifically?
No, it's for everyone and anyone. Actually, this part of the program is component number 2. There's 3 components to this event. We start off with a wreath-laying ceremony, 21-gun salute, taps, Amazing Grace on the bagpipes, and a special performance by the Bellevue High School rifle spinning team.
Oh, wow.
Then from there, we go into what we call the Heroes of Freedom presentation. This is an annual presentation that takes place in conjunction with Highland Memorial Day. And so we have with us in the audience a veteran representative from every conflict from World War II to present day.
Wow.
And in advance of the event, we have taken their biography information, and so the Master of Ceremonies reads a brief biography of the veteran we're recognizing. They're presented with a certificate of appreciation, and then afterward, once all the veterans are recognized, there'll be a time of meet and greet so that community can come up and have the privilege of shaking the hand and thanking these veterans who've given so much.
You know what's amazing? It's probably across the board for all the veterans is that they don't think of themselves as having done anything extraordinary. They're
so humble.
Yeah.
Yes, and many of them, although they have special awards and commendations, they'll say, no, please don't mention that. And it's very humbling.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, do you? I mean, do you
for the ones,
abide by that request?
Of course. Yeah. But for the ones that will allow us to mention it, it's so inspiring to the audience to hear someone's got a Purple Heart, Bronze Star, and so on and so forth.
Well, you know what? One of the things that we hear from them is that they feel like the heroes are the ones who did not come back.
Exactly. I've heard that again and again.
And that's why they don't. But I think if we could help them understand why it's important that we know that the reason we can talk about anything freely is because of what they all did, those who lived and those who didn't live.
Very well said. Absolutely. Absolutely. In the biography information that we collect from the veterans that we're recognizing, the very last question is, what does Memorial Day mean to you? And they many times will point it right back to those that sacrificed, the ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah, right.
Or those that, lost a limb or are so affected emotionally even to this day.
It is, what you're doing, what you're allowing us to be part of is a great way to remember the real meaning of Memorial Day, too.
Yes, Larry.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so that brings me to the third component of the event of Highland Memorial Day, which is an essay contest awards ceremony, because in conjunction with this annual event, we have an annual essay contest open to area middle and high school students.
Uh-huh.
And we're so excited to report that this year we had 306 essay entries.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So we had great participation.
So the kids get it, right? They understand what this is about.
They're learning. Not everyone, children and adults alike, understand the true meaning of Memorial Day, but definitely many are getting it.
Are you old enough to remember? I mean, you look pretty young. So, do you remember a time when the exact opposite was encouraged? It was encouraged to, how do I say this? But it was almost as if we were encouraged to not pay attention to what our military veterans were responsible for.
Yes, I've
it was kind of an odd time, I guess, shortly after the Vietnam War.
Yes, absolutely.
When you have the veterans come into the park, the veterans themselves on special days, you always do such a wonderful job where you have all of the flags lined
Thank you,
up
Robin.
from time to time.
Yes.
When they come into the park, is there an area where they can just park their vehicles and just sit wherever they choose to reflect?
Absolutely. Yes, the Heroes of Freedom Garden is a beautiful place to sit and reflect and do just that. Absolutely.
So any notables we can name? Who's going to be speaking and presenting?
Absolutely. Well, I would like to say that we're partnering with Kaplan Media and Ayers Cluster Law Firm for this event, so I want to thank our wonderful co-sponsors there. But interestingly, within the Heroes of Freedom presentation, I think you'll enjoy knowing that one of the veterans interviewed for this year's presentation is a lady Marine that we're going to recognize. Her name is Millie Shipsky, and she's going to be 91 on her next birthday. And whenever I spoke to her on the phone, I actually called her home, and a lovely voice picked up, and I started explaining who I was and who I was trying to reach, that I was trying to reach Millie Shipsky, and she said, "Honey, you're talking to her."
Oh,
wow.
And I said, "You do not sound your age." And she said, "I hear that all the time." But Millie is a World War II veteran, a World War II woman Marine, a rare find.
Wow.
Gosh, isn't that something?
And so she was in the first or second ever Women Marines training group enlisted in the early 40s. And she's a real pleasure to talk to.
Wow. Has she lived here all of her life?
I don't know those details, but she is one interesting person.
When she speaks and the other veterans speak, will they be in uniform?
Some of them will be. They won't actually be speaking. We will be recognizing them by reading their biography information and presenting them, with a certificate of appreciation. But some of them will have their absolute military attire on.
And you'll have the presentation of colors during that time? How does that work?
Well, the event opens with a welcome, introductions, and then posting of our nation's colors, 21-gun salute, wreath-laying ceremony, taps, Amazing Grace on the bagpipes, and as I mentioned, a rifle spinning performance by Bellevue High School. Also, Bellevue ROTC will be posting flags, not posting colors, but specific flags. So yes, that will be the very patriotic ceremonial part of the program of opening it, and then we'll go into the Heroes of Freedom presentation, and then from there the essay contest awards ceremony, and from there the meet and greet with community and veterans.
No,
and then that's not all. We have lunch for everyone We
Wow.
have, the Francis Marion Military Academy every year works with us in such an amazing way. That's an amazing school as well. And they're preparing lunch, so we're going to have lots and lots of grilled sausage, onions, peppers, deep fried fries, and all the
Now
lemonade
that sounds like a
drink.
good Memorial Day.
Absolutely. So,
You recognize the importance of the day, and then you eat well.
balance. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
it's all about.
Will some of the children be reading their essays?
Yes. There's actually 6 winners. There's the high school division and the middle school division, and 3 winners from each. So there's a first place winner and then a first and second runner-up. And typically in the past, we've given away big prizes in the form of savings bonds. But this year, the 2 top prize winners are receiving a iPad mini. And then this first and second runner-up on both sides will receive a Kindle e-reader.
Oh, wow. Do they know who they are?
Not yet. We don't even know yet. The
okay.
scores are being tallied this afternoon, I believe.
Oh my gosh.
We have a veterans program on Thursdays here in WOCA.
Yes,
and Hank, yes. And I don't know if it's every year, but frequently after the essays winners are announced, they'll come in here and somebody will read 1 or 2 of them.
That is great. Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you for that. And then also a part of the event will be 8 separate veteran organizations that will have information booths on site. For instance, Habitat for Humanity's Project Patriot will have a booth, and Operation Shoebox, the Air Force Association. There's 8 total, so that community can become aware of how they can get involved with these organizations and support them, exactly what they do.
So 1 week from today at 11:30?
Yes, the memorial ceremony begins promptly at 11:30.
Okay.
Yes.
And can people bring in items for the soldiers, like to Operation Shoebox and things
absolutely. It's best to go to their website and check out the list of items, but all those things that are easily packaged toiletry items and things like that are what is needed.
Oh, we have got to give kudos to you, Beverly, because you've been so great in the letting WOCA know about everything that goes on, because you make sure that when the lunch fundraising events are for the different organizations you have, you're always on top of things, and you're always in advance, never last minute.
Well, thank you. It's a team effort, but thank you for
Yeah.
responding. It's so wonderful to get a response back that says, we're supporting this. Thank you for sending this. So thank you both, Robin
Yeah,
and Larry. You're
yeah.
great.
And I like the fact that it says it starts promptly at 11:30.
Yes, thank
See,
you.
Whenever Rob and I go to anything, if there's a TV, something, if it's involved with TV, we know it's going to be prompt.
Yes.
Because TV kind of controls everything. If it's so, if you have TV, but you don't have TV there, but you're going to be prompt anyway.
Yes. Yay. Promptness. Military. Promptness.
Prompt,
That's
yes, yes. And actually, is it the day before the honor flight thing? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Well, the honor flight
Flight
is this
is-
Thursday. The World War II vets are going up to D.C. this Thursday, and then everybody's invited to the airport Thursday night to welcome them home.
And then there's the Honor Flight, the movie, on Sunday, the 26th at the Appleton, and then there's your event at Highland Memorial Park.
Yes.
So if you're looking for something to make you just proud of your country, that's a great lineup to be participating in Thursday. And then there's the other events as well, but we want to focus on these. Let's take one call, and then we'll go to a break, and Beverly's going to stay with us. So we're going to do more than this. We're going to have fun. But then at the end of the hour, we'll make sure that we talk about this again, okay?
Thank you.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. Where's this Highland Memorial Park at?
Oh, yes. We should. Yeah, we assume everybody knows where it is.
Yes, it's located at 1515 Northeast 3rd Street in Ocala. So it's just a couple blocks behind the Cascades office complex. And it is a beautiful 55-acre memorial park. If you haven't ever been there before, please come. You'll enjoy the beautiful scenery.
Do you know where we are, sir?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so do you understand? It's like two or three blocks
North
of
of the
us.
Cascades,
Yeah.
2 blocks north of the Cascades.
Make sure you come through the entrance gates that state Highland Memorial Park, a place for remembering. Sometimes people get a little confused and try to turn in early, but just look for the very pretty entrance gates.
The pretty one. Look for the pretty one. Okay? I think he hung up. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I'm glad he asked, because I guess, sometimes it's kind of like you think everybody knows where everything is.
Yes.
We always think that about the Cascades. I'm surprised how many people don't know where this is. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hey, Highland Memorial Park. if I'm not mistaken, I think every month they highlight a different charity, and you can go have lunch in the park and enjoy the park and the scenery.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. We have the Highland Memorial Park charity picnic
I'll hang up
events.
and let you talk. Thanks.
Okay. I wonder if they can hear us. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. Well,
Yeah, she has said that she'd let you answer her when she hangs up. So
okay.
you go ahead.
All right. Each month, with the exception of May, November, and December, we have the Highland Memorial Park charity picnic events featuring a different local charitable organization. And so basically, community comes to the event. They make a donation for a delicious lunch, not just hamburgers and hot dogs. We don't have that. We have something great like smothered chicken, garlic mashed potatoes, Caesar salad, rolls and brownies and iced tea and maybe a little
delicious.
other things. Yes. And so community makes a $10 donation. 100% of that goes to the featured charity. So since their inception in August of 2010, so far more than $31,000 has been raised for local community through these monthly picnic events, and that's what she's referring to.
wow.
And you can take it, eat it there, or you can take
Yes.
it out then, so
You
you
can
don't
take
have
it
to
go.
worry.
Either way, so it's under beautiful shade trees, and we always have a fun time, play some minute to win it challenges, and
Oh, wow.
just enjoy each other's company. But also we have a presentation from the featured charity, so again, community can understand what can I do? What's my part in this? Can I
Yeah.
have a part in this?
By the way, a little side note I want to tell you about. I went on, what's this called, Ancestry.com to look up, my ancestors, whatever.
Yeah.
And I must have clicked a box or something because I'm getting all these emails now from people saying, hey, you live near Highland Memorial.
Really?
Can you go take a picture of my grandfather's grave and send it to me?
Interesting.
I don't know. I must be on a list. I got 2 more this morning, Robin. I'm getting all these emails from people saying, hey, this is her name, this is his name, and would you go find it? Oh, how is this easy to do? If I go over there, if I say, look, I got all these emails, I got to take pictures. I never said yes to any of them yet.
Well, just reply back. Call 352-369-1020. That's Highland Memorial Park's telephone number.
And what do you do? Just ask?
Sure, we have people that can help.
Hey, where's Johnny buried?
That happens
Oh,
probably
wow.
daily.
Really?
Absolutely. People walk into the office and say, I'd like to find my grandfather's grave or, my aunt's grave.
Oh,
Really?
wow. Isn't that something?
Sure.
Yeah, because it's kind of weird if just somebody comes in like us with a camera. And
Yeah,
starts
like I'm a
snapping.
tourist.
Yeah, right.
Like I got a guide and a camera and my Bermuda shorts and my big shirt. Right?
Yeah.
In other words,
Hey, Beverly, I got this list here. I got to take pictures of graves.
well, it
Yeah.
all boils down to the community has confidence in Larry and Robin. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Whatever you need.
Yeah.
They
Just
can
go to
get it.
us. We'll take pictures of your graves. Don't worry. All right, Beverly, well, don't go away because you're going to hang in here. We're going to have fun with Galen. Did you hear what we're going to talk about? You know who Galen is, right, from Life South?
Yes.
He keeps people alive.
Yes. And
You take care of them after
this
they're
is-
dead. See?
This is so perfect. We didn't even rehearse this, but you keep leading me into the next topic, and that is that we're having a blood drive
You are?
on Memorial Day.
Oh, wow.
It's part of the annual event as well.
Oh, wonderful.
This will be Florida Blood Centers, actually, but yes.
Oh, he doesn't mind.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He
He
doesn't.
doesn't mind.
But so what was I going to tell you? Oh, so we're going to talk about sunken ships that you can go. Are you a snorkeler? Do you like to snorkel?
I have snorkeled before. I'm not a regular snorkeler, but I did find that interesting, what you were speaking about earlier.
So there's a bunch of them you go to, but you got to get down to the Keys.
Yeah.
I don't know of any in the river here, although there is one, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
There's a canoe or something in the river.
Yeah,
How about
in
that?
the Silver River.
I think it was lost last year. But all right, we'll take a little break and go through the news, and we'll be back. Beverly Brown is here, of course, from Highland Memorial Park. She's here mostly to promote the Highland Memorial Day event next Monday, 1 week from today at 11:30, as part of the Memorial Day holiday. We'll take a little break and be right back.
In citrus industry news on Southeast AgNet, in the midst of citrus groves outside of Indiantown that are 100% infected with greening disease is a 3-year-old 40-acre block of oranges that appears to be very healthy. In April, scores of citrus growers from the Indian River and other parts of Florida visited the Gardenier Florida citrus block that is densely planted and utilizes an advanced citrus production system based on intense management of inputs such as fertilizer. In this interview, Gardenier General Manager Lee Jones says the company has kept the new planting relatively greening-free and healthy through use of the advanced citrus production system and high-density planting. The 40-acre plot of ACPS sure looks a lot better than the groves we passed coming in to see this.
Yes, sir. The APS groves are looking really good. We're hammering it, with all the insecticides that we can. We're spraying the thing about, 15 times a year. I'm double down around the flushes and then using imidacloprid and pretty pleased with how it's looking.
Are they HLB infected, those trees?
Right now we're at about 1.5% infection, and that's an acceptable rate. We can live with that.
And your surrounding groves are much higher than that. 90%, 100%?
Yeah, the surrounding groves we're at 100% infection all around.
So you think the steps you've made, those trees have been here 3 years, that's keeping the HLB out of those young trees?
Yes, sir. I think, we're just doing the best we can. How long, is it going to last? I don't know. But I think the APS is the way to go because we're going to get a quicker return on investment, higher density plantings. I don't think it's the only answer. I don't think it's the answer for greening disease. I think we got to have an entire program approach.
In a full interview in the citrus section at southeastagnet.com, Jones discusses the block, its production system, and the results so far in some detail. Ernie Neff, Southeast AgNet.
Here are today's headlines from the source WOCA. Marion County Fire Rescue is reporting that a home in the Villages was struck by lightning on Saturday, and the resulting fire completely destroyed the house. The report states that Marion County Fire Rescue was dispatched at 9:39 p.m. Saturday as a severe thunderstorm passed over southern Marion County. Firefighters from the Villages Station 10 were the first on the scene. 6 other units showed up minutes later. The homeowners, who are not identified in the report, safely exited the home with their pet cat. The home is considered a total loss. Both neighboring homes suffered superficial damage from the heat of the fire. The Florida Highway Patrol is reporting that they were involved in the capture of a fugitive from the state of Mississippi and his girlfriend after officers stopped to assist a disabled vehicle along I-75. The report identifies the man as 32-year-old Gary Sneed and says he was wanted for escaping from a Mississippi work camp. His girlfriend, identified as Holly Morrison, allegedly stole the vehicle they were riding in to assist in Sneed's escape. The vehicle broke down near mile marker 352 here in Ocala. After extensive questioning as well as speaking with the Mississippi Department of Corrections, Sneed was identified. Morrison had apparently left the vehicle and was discovered later on by Ocala police officers and the Marion County Sheriff's Office at the intersection of US 27 and I-75. Sneed was arrested on a Mississippi fugitive warrant, charging him with 1 count each of escape, manufacturing methamphetamines, and violation of probation. Local authorities also charged him with grand theft of a motor vehicle and giving a false name to a law enforcement officer. Morrison was charged with aiding an escape and grand theft. Both were booked into the Marion County Jail. Governor Rick Scott today will veto a 3% increase in Florida college tuition and approve $65 million in extra Medicaid funding to hospitals that provide much of the care to the poor, as Scott signs a $74.5 billion budget before leaving for a trade mission to Chile. His rejection of a tuition increase was expected. He has criticized that idea for months, calling it a tax on the middle class. A winning Powerball ticket worth about $590 million was sold to an unidentified Publix customer in the city of Zephyr Hills. It is the single largest winning lottery ticket in U.S. history. The lucky numbers in Saturday night's drawing were 10, 13, 14, 22, and 52, with a Powerball of 11. A mob of media and the curious amassed yesterday outside the Zephyr Commons Publix supermarket in the Tampa suburb of Zephyr Hills, where the winning ticket was sold. Inside, a manager said the enthusiasm of the moment was muted, even as rumors swirled that an employee of that store might have been the winner. The winner can claim a lump sum of more than $370 million. It's the 6th winning Powerball ticket sold in Florida. The winner must claim the prize at lottery offices in Tallahassee. The jackpot barely beat out Powerball's previous record jackpot of $587.5 million that drew 2 winning tickets just last year. The largest U.S. jackpot was $656 million from a Mega Millions drawing in 2012 that also was shared. Consolation prizes from Saturday's drawing were making people rich as well. Tickets worth $2 million each were sold in New York State and South Carolina, and 33 people in 17 states will pocket a cool $1 million. 6 of them were sold in New York State. And this is National Safe Boating Week, and members of the Marion County Sheriff's Office and the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission are working diligently to make sure that citizens are safe on the water and the roadways. Anyone born on or after January 1st, 1988 must have a boating safety education ID card to legally operate a boat in the state of Florida. That's one thing members of the FWC and Sheriff's Office are going to be checking during the routine checks of boats on Central Florida's waterways. For a complete understanding of the regulations regarding boating in the state of Florida, you can go online to myfwc.com. And those are the headlines from The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala!
Are you wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars on termite retreat fees? If you're not with Turner Pest Control, you probably are. Turner Pest Control offers the industry's only termite and pest control package that never charges retreat fees, ever. You can get started today for only $99. This is a value of $500 or more. This includes treatments, installation of monitoring stations, quarterly pest control, and a lifetime guarantee, all for an unbelievable low $99. Even if you have another pest control provider, visit turnerpest.com to find out how you can avoid paying those high termite retreat fees.
Seatbelt on. Seatbelt on. Look, I can't put it on for you, and you know the cops are out there, right? If you don't wear your seatbelt, you get a ticket. Don't be an idiot. Who's a smart driver?
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
The Ocala Police Department reminds you to buckle up every trip, every time. This is paid for by the Florida Department of Transportation.
You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Relatively Deep Voice Man. It's starting to look right out there. 1 minute after 8 o'clock, Aylin Unold is on the phone from Life South to remind us the importance of donating blood, saving lives. Beverly Brown is here from Highland Memorial Park to remind us the importance of remembering those people who served in the military, and especially on Memorial Day to remember those who've already gone on and died. Galen served us, but he's still alive and helping us remember what we can do to help other people stay alive. Good morning, Galen.
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin, Beverly. How are y'all?
Good. Where are you right now?
I'm in the tree zone, Larry.
In the tree zone?
Yeah.
Now, Beverly, do you know where the tree zone is?
I'm not sure. Tell me.
Well, when you're driving between here and Gainesville,
yes,
there's a tree area.
Okay, yes.
That's the tree zone.
Got it.
It's a pretty large area.
Yes. Area.
And this is the Galen segment. We named it after Galen.
Oh, what an honor.
Yeah. So Galen is in the tree zone.
We're really creative thinkers on this show. we really go out of the box when it comes to making up names.
Galen, what did you do this weekend? Anything fun?
Let's see. What did I do? Friday I had baseball games, and then Saturday we went to that boxing exhibition. And Sunday I didn't do anything.
Did you have you gone swimming? Have you gone swimming yet this year?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you have. Now, do you and your family, do you like to go snorkeling and all that?
Love snorkeling.
You do?
Sure.
Well, did you know you can see some of these ships from the 1733 Spanish fleet? That must have been a bad year for Spain. I mean, they.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Have you ever heard of these?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, you have. And have you seen them?
I've not dived them or anything, but yeah, I know they're there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they're all down in the Keys. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 12 of them. Well, some of them look very close to the shore too. I could read you some of the names. There's the Augustius. There's they're all galleons. The Galleon de Augustius. The Galleon de Sueco de Arizon. You speak Spanish?
That's a long name.
No. Well, but anyway, so I thought this would be a fun topic a little bit. So.
Well, let's do it.
Let's see. The ships of the 1733 Spanish Plate Fleet wrecked in a variety of environments along 80 miles of the Florida Keys. The larger ships grounded on the outer reef and now rest in clear water surrounded by coral. Smaller merchantmen managed to get inside the reef, but damaged and leaking sank in the darker water. It was a bad year for them.
Yeah, but smaller.
Poor seamanship is what it is.
Poor seamanship, that's what I say.
Yeah, but smaller merchantmen. I mean, you know.
Yeah, well, you ever see the statues?
Again, that led to poor seamanship.
Yeah, exactly.
Feel free to comment, Beverly.
You're part of it. You are part of this.
Gotcha.
Have you ever seen the statues like in St. Augustine of the? I mean, these were little guys. Let's face it.
Okay.
I mean, unless they just didn't put them full scale.
That could be.
I mean, I stood next to Juan Ponce de Leon. I said, "Wow, like 3 feet tall." He wasn't big at all. Well, Robin did the same thing with Arnold Schwarzenegger, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, you're not that big at all. You know what we were going to do today, Galen?
What's that?
We were going to give tips on doing impersonations.
Oh, well, that's brutal for us.
It's fun. No,
We got Foghorn, Leghorn, and some squeaky guy.
no, these are tips. If you want to do an impersonation of like Seinfeld, you just have to use the phrase, "What's up with that?"
Yeah, there you go.
What's up with that?
That's true. It's very, very true.
If you wanted to impersonate, oh, never mind. That's another day. That was just a sneak peek. Okay. So anyway, you can go down. Now this is what it says. And by the way, the most important part of this little segment is the website. It's flheritage.com. That's where you go. flheritage.com, you'll see. And it warns you to avoid damaging the corals or the timbers. Please anchor in the sand or moor to the buoys. You have to have a 20-inch by 24-inch diver's down flag if you're going to go diving or snorkeling.
I think that's a law. So
yeah,
that makes sense.
It is a law. Be aware that exposed timbers are fragile. Do not remove or disturb ballast or sand, which protects the wood. I wonder how they do this.
Oh, so you just have to look?
Do this or knew this?
I wonder how they. I wonder how they enforce this.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I mean, if you're going down there.
I mean, I'm sure there's once in a while somebody goes and checks things out. But a lot of these people go down there on guides, on tour guides.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, I mean, the tour guides, it's in their best interest to preserve that wreck.
All right, so those are the things you can see here in Florida. I can see everybody's really interested. So I found some other things around the world that you can see underwater. You might have to go on the internet to see these things. In 2003, in the Sea of Galilee, scientists discovered a massive circular stone under only 30 feet of water. Have you ever heard of this thing?
No.
No.
Let's see. It's comprised of basalt. How do you say that, Robin? Basalt? B-A-S-A-L-T?
Basalt?
I don't know. Dragon from a land called Tripoli, or where was he from?
Basalt rocks stacked in a cone shape, and it is twice the size of Stonehenge.
Wow.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
How could they miss that?
Archaeologists have noted that it shares some features of ancient communal burial grounds.
Ooh.
Similar to Highland.
That's up Beverly's alley. She's going to check that out.
I just thought you could relate to that.
Thank you.
Anyway, so there's okay, here's another one. Off the coast of Florida, North Carolina, and Belize, there are some circular anomalies.
Are they round too?
They are round, circular, yeah. Yeah.
Circular. Wow.
Their true objective hasn't been discovered. Many believe they were used as an ancient type of burial mound.
Wow.
Before it was covered with water.
Wow, that goes way back then.
Yeah. Well, that was probably during the Ice Age, before we destroyed the planet, everything melted.
Right.
There you go.
It is believed that the underwater structures have been better preserved than those on dry land, and they date back to 8,000 years BC.
Wow.
I don't know how they know that.
It's like a long time ago, Larry.
The next one is in Lake Mcdonald in Ontario. Divers discovered proof of eastern Canada's ancient past while taking part in a submarine project in 2005. They found man-made objects under the water. Only 40 feet deep. 40 feet!
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's good
You
for
can't snorkel at
snorkeling.
40 feet. You couldn't go down that far.
No, I know, but
Still kind of cool.
divers could do that, right?
Oh, yeah, all day.
By the way, you know where divers
What did
meet?
they find?
Oh, what did they find?
Shoes.
They found a 1,000-pound elongated rock with almost completely level surface resting on 7 baseball-sized stones, which in turn sits on a huge several thousand-pound slab on top of a ledge.
No, this is pretty awesome. I think we should have a tour. For
Archaeologists
like
have
that.
concluded the
Never
existence
seen
of 3 shims, and that's proof that the structure is man-made.
Okay.
How about that?
Oh, wow. Nice.
In the Baltic Sea, there's something that looks like a UFO.
It probably is.
You heard of that? The UFO?
It is, and I saw a photo of it, by the way. It could have been a Nazi anti-submarine defense tool, or it could be a glacial rock that has been dragged across the seafloor.
It could go either way.
Let's see. Although Swedish explorers generally convinced everyone that it is a rock and not a UFO, their research has raised a lot of questions. Firstly, the rock didn't have a silt layer on it, which is usually the case when rocks have been lying still at the bottom of the ocean for a long time. Furthermore, the 196 feet wide rock seems to be covered by construction lines and boxes, and it appears to be propped by a 26-foot high pillar.
Wow. Now that's interesting.
The heck is it?
The guy's from Athens
But
or
you
something.
can just Google Baltic Sea UFO and you'll find it.
Wow.
You can decide for yourself if it's a UFO. It looks like something from Star Wars. No, yeah, Star Wars. It looks like one of those things. Here, in Lake Baikal in southern Siberia.
That sounds cold.
I didn't realize Siberia had lakes. You know?
It is the oldest, deepest, and largest freshwater lake on Earth. The sediment deposits on the bottom of the lake are more than 4 miles deep, and many of the fish species that thrive in the waters can be found nowhere else on Earth.
Wow.
Because they all wear jackets.
Ice covers until around June. Astronauts on the International Space Station were alarmed to see a very large circular area of thinned ice near the southern edge of the lake in April 2009.
Really?
To their astonishment, there was also another feature above a submarine ridge that divides the lake. Although the origin of the circles is a mystery, the distinct pattern would suggest that warmer water brought to the surface by hydrothermal activity. There you go. Something's going on there.
Well, how can astronauts see that before the scientists that are out there?
Because they're up there. They got a different view. They're on top of the ladder.
Siberia is pretty darn cold.
Lake Michigan, Robin. You live near Lake Michigan.
There you go.
There's a Stonehenge under the water.
Oh, that I did not know after all these years.
Yeah, in 2007, while surveying the bottom of Lake Michigan with sonar, a team of underwater archaeologists discovered a series of stones aligned in a circle 40 feet below the surface. Everything's 40 feet below the surface. One of the stones also seemed to feature a carving of a mastodon.
Wow. Now that's pretty neat. I've got to check that out. I never knew that after all these years of living there. I pick up rocks every day when I was there. It could have been a piece of it.
That's what the slaves said, by the way.
What?
Beverly. The slaves who were the slaves of Don.
Okay.
They called him Mastodon. Mastodon. Mastodon, can we stop now? Anyway. The mastodon has been extinct. I know, I do that joke all the time. Mastodon has been extinct for 10,000 years. So therefore, if it is validated, if that's really a carving of a mastodon, it's evidence of a civilization before us. In Cuba, an underwater city has been discovered.
Wow. What? Now that's close. That's not too far.
Yeah, and you're not allowed to go there because it's Cuba. It was found off the coast in 2001, and
Angelina Jolie can get you tickets. There you go.
Yeah.
So is it right off the coast then? Is it what kind of artifacts are down there?
Let's see.
Well, you know, the president said that he was going to remove Guantanamo. He just moved it a little further offshore.
Skeptics believe that the site is too deep to be man-made. This one is between 2,000 and 2,460 feet deep.
That's pretty deep.
That is really
Wow.
deep. Wow. It is estimated that it would have taken the structures 50,000 years to sink to their current depth. But there's evidence that the structures were indeed man-made. Looks like a city.
Well, how far down, Galen, can submarines go? I mean, can submarines go down that deep? Galen was in the Navy.
Can, sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, now wait till you hear this one. This one you got to look up some photographs.
Okay.
Because this one is clearly man-made. There's no doubt when you look at this one. It was discovered in 1987 in Japan. Japan's Yonaguni Monument. It's off the coast of Japan. It's been the subject of debate between scientists, archaeologists, and scholars. Many supporters claim that the site is natural. Oh, come on. I don't even, you can see it. You can see it. If proven true, the site would have been modified during the last age, around 10,000 BC. Skeptics, on the other hand, believe the whole structure to be natural, that the drawings and carvings observed are nothing more than natural scratches. Well,
It's a Hollywood movie
the
set.
one I looked at looked like it was for real. Okay.
Really?
And then I got two more. Bimini. During expeditions in 2006 and 2007, the deeper waters off the coast of Bimini were mapped using side sonar and sub-bottom profiling. They discovered, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Structures that appear to be very much like those found off the coast of Cuba. The History Channel conducted a dive, and they were able to take photographs and make videos of this. There are 50 stone piles, about 10 to 45 feet in size, and all at a depth that would place their age at around 10,000 BC.
Wow.
Interesting.
All right, one more. In May
That's
of
interesting.
2001, it was announced that the ruins of an ancient city was discovered in the Gulf of Khambhat.
Where is that? I don't know where that is.
Khambhat. Would you pronounce it Khambhat?
I don't know.
Sounds like combat.
Yeah, I don't know where it is.
The discovery was made with the help of sonar, while routine pollution studies were being done. During the announcement, the site was described as evenly spaced dwellings, a drainage system, bath, a granary, and a citadel. A citadel?
Wow. Now that's cool.
During follow-up investigations, the area was dredged and several artifacts were recovered. Among them were wood, stones described as hand tools, fossilized bones, pottery shards,
yeah.
and a tooth.
Is it human?
One tooth.
One tooth. And among the controversies are that all the supposed artifacts are stones, and that the shards are natural geofacts, and that the dredging could have allowed errant artifacts to be dug up along with the sites, removing all credibility of the find. Again, look at photographs of this.
Wow. I'm going to look that
Anyway,
up
this one they
because
say
that's
is
interesting.
about 7,000 BC. This one, I don't know how they know these things.
Well,
Anyway.
it makes sense, though, because the land and the water has been constantly changing all of these billions of years.
So go diving for the ships down in South Florida and just go online for the rest of them. Robin, we need a segue.
That's cool stuff.
Yeah, cool stuff. Sometimes I just strike out, Beverly.
It's hard to comment on that.
I know.
But it's interesting.
Robin, we need a segue. We need a segue from things that are underwater to donating blood.
Well, people do like to do a lot of things underwater. They love to snorkel, they love to dive, they love to swim, and they have to make sure that they're in good health. So what better place to go during your day is to go to Life South Community Blood Centers, donate 1 unit of blood. You can potentially save 3 lives and make the adventure of someone happen.
Yes,
beautiful.
There you go. Are you still in the tree zone?
No, I'm in the parking lot of mine.
You're in the parking lot. Of course, you can go down. Gail, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Bloodmobile today is at the Lowe's on South 441, down there, almost to Lake County.
Oh, okay. We know where that's
Yeah,
at.
we went to Lowe's yesterday.
Yeah.
Nice.
We went to buy some paint. We're
Did you
painting.
discover any runes or stones that appeared man-made?
Don't you love the smell of Lowe's or any of those kind of stores?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's manly.
It's manly. That's what I told Robin.
That's what Larry said as we're going through the door.
I said, Robin, you're going to be my man here. Just a little while
it's
ago,
like the antithesis of like a spa or a salon.
we went to this Jewish haircutting thing.
I heard.
You heard about that? So we were Jewish. We were honorary Jewish for a little while.
Yeah.
And then Robin was an honorary man. See, I didn't have to have any.
Yeah.
I was naturally man. She was honorary because we walked
That's
into
right.
Lowe's. Galen, have
They
you
do
ever?
have like blinds and drapery and wallpaper, so, it's a place for women.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I like hammers and nails and boards because you can really be creative with that stuff. True. And paint. Love that.
So
You can do a lot with a hammer.
So if you
can nail it.
if you can't get to the Bloodmobile, go next door to the Cascades. That's where Life South is, and donate blood. Do it. Are you doing anything for Memorial Day this week?
Yeah, we sure are. We have a big event this weekend, actually, so it's going to be fun.
By the way, I bumped into Tom Davis at the dog park yesterday.
Nice. Did you step in anything?
Yeah, they do have those little plastic pooper bags people are supposed to use.
Well, he pointed out the troublemakers. He said those two German Shepherds are always troublemakers.
Yeah. I guess they have their own group that they're familiar with every day at that time.
You can go in Denellen, you can go to
right next door to Sweet Bay.
And let me take a phone call before we say goodbye. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. Just talking about the things underwater.
Yeah.
I saw someone sent me on the internet not too long ago some photographs of the Red Sea. They've discovered a whole bunch of armor and wheels and parts of chariots, which could be where Moses was crossing the Red Sea.
Yeah. That's awesome. Really? Wow.
That is great.
Yeah, you might want to look that up. It was very interesting.
Evidence of something in the Bible.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
exactly.
Cool.
Okay.
That's
thanks.
Cool. Well, thank you.
Wow.
I think, just my own hunch, I'm not an expert, but I think the evidence, if God flooded the world, then of course there'd be things underwater, wouldn't there?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There you go.
Seems to make sense to me. All right, Gail, I think we've figured out everything. You have a great day.
All right, you guys are the best.
All right. We'll take a tiny little break right now. We'll be right back with Beverly Brown again. We're going to talk about the Highland Memorial Day happening 1 week from today, and you can remember those heroes who are no longer with us. And we'll be right back.
You've got a garden, and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
We may not have the kind of winters they have up north, but Florida weather can be still pretty rough on your ride, and Ford Lincoln of Ocala wants to save you money and time during their Restore Your Ride service event. Right now, you can drive into Ford Lincoln of Ocala, receive a free brake inspection, and if it's determined you need brake work, you can receive up to a $50 rebate on any Motorcraft brake service when you use your Ford service credit card. And if it's tires you need, Ford Lincoln of Ocala's Completely Satisfied Service Center can hook you up with up to $120 in rebates on any of the top brands backed by their low-price tire guarantee. So stop chasing all over town for this service and that service. Get it all done right, the right way, at the right place at Ford Lincoln of Ocala during their Restore Your Ride event. There's also great savings on Motorcraft batteries, wiper blades. My dad used to say, don't wait till it's too late. Get it done now. Visit Ford Lincoln of Ocala's Completely Satisfied Service Center, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 6, and Saturdays till 5.
Black cow, the mature manure black cow.
With all the hard work you put into your lawn and garden, it just makes good sense to use the best products you can buy, like Black Cow composted cow manure. Use it with new landscape plants and trees, flower beds, and vegetable gardens, or use it as a top dressing for your lawn. Black Cow is organic, all natural. Look for the bright yellow and black bag.
Black cow, the mature manure black cow.
Hi, I'm Russ with Climate Control Mechanical Services, and I want to invite you to tune in every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. to listen for tips and answers to the many questions you may have about your air conditioning and heating for your home or business. The Climate Control Show, every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. right here on WOCA, 1370 a.m. and 96.3 FM, The Source.
Thank you. 22 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Memorial Day is coming up, and once in a while I'll be in line at a grocery store or something like that. And I'll be standing behind a man, usually, with the hat that will indicate that he served in whatever conflict or war that he or she served in. Usually it's the guys that wear those hats with the information on the hat that identifies them as having served, and you look at them and they're buying the same kind of groceries you are, and I often will think, wow, the relationship between him and I mean, we don't even know each other, but the very fact that I'm standing here knowing that he went and did that, it really it's a profound realization, I think, at that moment, that you realize where we would be if it wasn't for that man, that woman, and all of those in that group, that whole large group we call veterans. I was going to say that generation, but it's many generations. Many. So, I mean, it really is true. It's really a profound realization, I think. So
Absolutely.
when our veterans die, whether it was in a battle or not, it doesn't change their contribution to all of us. So that's why we do things like you're doing on Memorial Day. Beverly Brown is here. I should reintroduce you for those just tuning in. She is the Community Care Director of Highland Memorial Park, and 1 week from today we can remember our local heroes and the freedom of our great nation. The flyer indicates that the ceremony starts promptly at 11:30 a.m.
Yes, a patriotic remembrance like never before. This is actually the 5th annual Highland Memorial Day, and so each year we try to improve it and make it more special for our veterans and community. And this year we're hoping to do that very thing. And actually, earlier I spoke a little bit about the Heroes of Freedom presentation, which is the second component in the program itself. And it's a time when we recognize local veterans. We have a veteran representative with us from every conflict, from World War II all the way down to present day, and we're going to be reading their biography aloud and presenting them with a certificate of appreciation. But in addition to that, we wanted to do something extra special for these veterans to show appreciation and dedication, and so we've planned something, but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Oh, I love surprises.
Yes, it's a big surprise, but it's very special, and I hope that community will come out and support our veterans and military and see this extra special touch that we've added.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What can we get
Top
out of you?
secret.
Let's see.
You cannot get it out of me, no matter what.
Is it a person that'll be there?
I'm not going to even give you a clue.
Is it a film? Are you showing a
Don't
film?
ask me any more questions, please, about that.
Does it involve pyrotechnics?
Can't hear
She
you.
won't tell. Beverly is great at what she
is
does.
there any aircraft involved?
Beverly's
Should
the
we
best.
bring our cameras?
Definitely.
Oh, I
bring
got an
cameras.
answer for that one.
Be ready to be inspired and bring your camera.
Oh, I love that
Really?
line. That's absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
You have to
So-
be inspired.
But, you know, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Robin, but just what Larry was saying about the courage that these people have exhibited on our behalf. Can you imagine being so far away from your home and alone and in the dark and without conveniences whatsoever and supporting people that you don't even know, fighting for our country?
Yeah, I know. Without convenience. Last time my electricity went out for a little while.
Yeah.
It's like a bummer.
We're so spoiled. I know, just little things.
Yeah.
Little things. And as I had the privilege of interviewing these veterans, we have 21 that we're recognizing all together. I heard some stories that really are still affecting me. I just
Really?
want to tear up remembering them, but the remembrances of these times that were so dark and so lonely, and they made it through, thankfully. These men and women are alive and they're with us today, but they went through some horrific situations.
We all have family members
Yes.
who perhaps are part of that group. Do you know, Robin and I attended a couple of the final salute ceremonies down at the Veterans Park, you know, where they read the names of the World War II veterans who, I think it's more than just World War II, right? Is
Yeah,
it all veterans?
every quarter.
They read the name of the veterans. I shouldn't.
they?
Yeah, every 3 months of those who lived in Marion County and died in their last 3 months. And the list is usually pretty long. It's amazing how many people die every 3 months. And Robin and I went because we knew one name on that list. Well, when we heard the names being read, oh, there's another one I know. There's another one I know.
Really?
You know, we've lived here a long time, so it's amazing how many people you know, and you lost touch with them or whatever, and then, oh, wow, I didn't know he died. I didn't know he passed, you know. So it's one of those things where it's just all around you constantly, whether you knew them or not.
Yes.
I don't know. It's a very touching thing. I would ask you to recall one of the stories, but you'd be crying.
Yeah. You don't want that.
Well, thank you for coming in, Beverly. I think what you guys do over at Highland Memorial Park is outstanding. Well, I wanted to say one thing. This is the 5th year?
5th.
So when anything is the first annual, I always say to Robin, how do they know it's going to be annual? It's the first annual.
They're probably hopeful, and that's why they say annual.
Hopeful, yeah. But when you're at the 5th year, you know you've hit on something, a really good idea that the community embraces. So
Thank you. Well, we're very thankful for the support of the community, that they're interested. I was mentioning to Robin during the break that throughout the course of the year, we host more than 100 outreaches throughout North Central Florida. Highland Memorial Day is our largest of the year, but just to give you an example, all of these events are very well attended, and enthusiastically received by the community. So in 2012, we hosted 107 events, and a little over 3,000 community members attended those events. So it's a support to the community, and we're thankful for the opportunity.
So if you're taking notes, and by the way, we got a nice gift of pen and a notebook here. If you're taking notes on what you can do this weekend, this Memorial Day weekend,
Monday,
that will be truly in the spirit of what Memorial Day is about. Yes. Monday is one of them that you should definitely make sure you put them on your list of things to do.
Thank you.
Not only will you be inspired, but you'll also eat. Sounds like the food is pretty good.
Absolutely.
All right, and it's is there anything we need to let them know? Is there a website, a phone number, or?
There is an event website. It's highlandmemorialday.com.
Okay.
Community can go there and look at previous events and watch some video and just see what it's about and who's been involved in the past and how inspiring it is to know about these veterans' lives.
Beverly Brown, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
Good to see you again.
Both. Good to see you.
We'll
both.
take a little break. Mike Huckabee is up next, and then let's debate this thing with the approval of medications in this country.
Brian Wilson in for Mike Huckabee, and who says we never learn anything new at a congressional hearing.
Hi, folks. Jay Farner here, president of Quicken Loans. We're thrilled to have helped over 125,000 homeowners save money by refinancing with HARP, but